All right, guys. Thank you for joining me yet again. Appreciate it as always. Good job, Prepper Revelator. Say he's almost down 20 pounds. All right, so all right. Prep to adapt. Thank you for 5x5. Evolving Media. WTC. Laura, Rhonda, Elaine, Tom Tom, Grit and Grace. Another Day. Vision. Maria, Lexi, Ozark. Thank you for the 5x5. Cheney. Thank you for the 5x5. Someone said, "What is it? What is it? Wagyu by Brisket." Nice. Gary, Gray. Excuse me. Visit. Thank you for the 5x5. All American Prepper. What's going on? Beef and Chicken, Johnny, Glenn, Patty, F you all, Dwayne, do something diff, do some diff. Thank you for the steak by eggs, motherfuckers. Granite State, Master Blaster, Lexi, Google, thank you for the 5x5. Dog Walker, B Gay, CM, thank you for the 5x5. Comet Moon, 5150, Rhonda, thank you for the 5x5. Streetwise, another friend, thank you for the 5x5. All right. So, appreciate it, guys. Appreciate, again, you guys joining me on this. You don't have to. You guys will be doing a million different things. So now I am really wearing out. That also doesn't help that I worked last night too. So I'm also tired from that. Someone just said we're in trouble. Gene, we're always in trouble. There's nothing new. I mean, listen, we prepare for whatever might happen. We prepare for whatever disasters might be coming our way. There's certain things that are just out of our hands, right? So obviously this is out of our hands. The powers that be are either going to make it worse or they're going to make it better. That's all. As far as panicking and getting beside ourselves, it doesn't do anybody any good. So what I'm going to do is focus on chicken sandwiches and Wagyu beef. That's what I'm going to do. If it's all going to end, I'm going to end with at least one of those two things, on my plate. Are you pissing your pants yet? Yeah. Listen, if you're pissing your pants yet, you need to fucking wear some Depends. You need a glazed donut. Lynn, he said, you taught me how to fast. I lost 20 pounds. Yeah, you're welcome, I guess. I love a glazed donut, man. I really, really do. Glazed donut. You know what used to be the best glazed donuts? Twin Donuts. For those of you that, I don't know if Twin Donuts was a nationwide thing, but they were here in New York, and they used to rival Dunkin' Donuts. So when Dunkin' Donuts first popped on the scene, Twin Donuts, if I'm not mistaken, was before Dunkin'. Twin Donuts had the best glazed donuts on the planet. The best. I fucking loved Twin Donuts. I know I'm talking about food again, I'm sorry. But they were the best. They beat out Dunkin's hands down. But such is life. Yeah, I'm getting my beef tallow and coffee delivered at 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning. Did you see the video of that 47-year-old protester crying about how scared she is? I did see a video. Of a lady standing in front of a guy's truck, or what was it, like an RV or some shit like that? And he's trying to get through the crowd, and he's pushing people out of the way with his vehicle. And this one lady is sitting in front screaming, "Don't run me over! Don't run me over! Bitch, get out of his way!" Like, oh my God, don't run me over. I'm like, you motherfucker. She's screaming and people are trying to get her off the car. And she's like, don't run me over. Glazed croissant, crazy good. Happy Mac, I never had that. Don't start. There's actually nowhere, there's nowhere I can go to eat now anyway. Even if I wanted to break my fast, which I'm not, I don't eat past 8, 9 o'clock. At the firehouse, I'll eat at 9, the latest. If they serve at 10, I don't eat. So if they do me a solid tomorrow and eat past 10 o'clock, I won't eat. Then I'll go another 24 hours. What kind of diet are you guys on? I'm doing a 48 to 72 hour fast. And then from there, I eat once a day. So every 24 hours I eat for the next 2 weeks. I'm still working out. Like I worked out today, and I felt strong. I felt strong. And then after I was done working out, I went to go get grass-fed butter from the store. That was the longest walk of my life. Stop talking about donuts. There's no open places. There's a ton of donut spots downtown I want to try. When I'm off this diet, I'm going to try it. Are you a fireman? Yes, I am a firefighter. Why are you fasting? Because I don't want to be fat anymore, Rhonda. That's why. I don't want to be a fat, black, gelatinous pig. That's why I'm fucking fasting. But I also made a bet, so there's that. I'm getting donuts tomorrow. The donut spot downtown. If I can remember the spot, I'll do a quick, like, not a live stream, but like a video post on it. That shit. And if I do a video post on it, I'm probably going to put it on the Angry Lensman. You guys can see it on that. Angry Lensman on YouTube. Those donuts are insane. Insane. But, there's a guy at protest. Yeah, so some of the protesters they're insane, man. They're insane with the way they're reacting to shit. It's just like she was late. She was sitting in front of the car, like, and the guy's pushing her with the car, and she's like, "Don't run me over!" Like she's screaming, and I'm like, "Just get out of the way," and then you won't get run over. Like it's that simple. It's that simple, man. Do you drink water? I haven't drank any water today. I drank this as my first water. Actually, I had green tea as my first water, and then this. I am going to load up on water before I go to sleep, and then wake up tomorrow morning, drink some water, and then drink this again in the morning to repair my muscles, and then see where we go. See where it goes from there. But yeah, I jumped on the scale this morning. I was 262. After 4 o'clock, I got back on again, and I was 258, 259. So 262 to 259, and during the day isn't bad. So at night, I should probably be closer to 257, 256. So if I can continue this and drop even more weight and get to 255, 254, I have the possibility of winning that bet is strong. Because if I do the 1 day a meal and still lose weight and then do another 72-hour fast next week, I'll win the bet. So it's all about winning the bet and putting this one of the guys in the firehouse to shame. Granted, I do lift when I fast, but when I lift a little lighter than normal. I also do a kettlebell workout and I go rucking even when I'm fasting. Tomorrow might be hard, but I'm going to do a kettlebell work. I'm going to take the supplement I have inside to give me the energy I need, and I'm going to push through. But yeah, I am 5'10", on a good day. You are all muscle and a bonehead. Yeah, that well, listen, I am muscle, but I'm also fat. Because I don't want to be a fat gelatinous pig anymore. How about that? How about trying to walk up the stairs with, bunker gear on, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to be out of breath when I get up the stairs with the bunker gear, man. Sorry, Joe59, thank you for the 5x5 on Rumble, and Maria, thank you for the 5x5 on Rumble. I'm sorry about that. I was distracted. And Sarita, thank you for the 5x5 on Rumble. But listen, guys, it's all full of shit, man. It's fucking all falling apart. This nonsense that they're pushing us. I guess that they're trying to scare the shit out of us. I don't know. Oh no, did I? Okay, I didn't freeze. I unfroze. Right, that was my fault. Sorry, I was doing something I wasn't supposed to be doing. I was fixing something I wasn't supposed to be fixing while doing a live stream. So if I froze, I apologize. Yeah, like Aaron, so like going up, wearing all the bunker gear, and then going up the upstairs, and then having to work, that's the harder part. Like, when you go to Proby school, they're like, you got on anywhere between 30 to 50 pounds of gear. And then you're trekking up 21 flights, 30 flights, and that's a battle. And then you get to the top of those stairs, and now you have to go to work. Right? And that's the gist of being a fireman in the city. Anywhere else, you're in a house, you don't have to worry about going up anybody's stairs. You might have to go up a ladder. But in New York City or city firefighters, we have a particular set of problems, and you have to be tactical. They're calling it a tactical athlete. I call it an occupational athlete. Occupational athletes would be firefighters and police officers. Tactical athletes would be like military guys. That's a term that they're throwing out there, by the way. Tactical athletes. And occupational athletes. Listen, it could be 5 flights of stairs. It could be 21 flights of stairs. It could be 30 flights of stairs. Now, again, put on a 50-pound vest, walk up 5 flights of stairs, and now perform firefighting duties. It's an entirely different ballgame. And then you're breathing hard, and then you're trying to slow your breathing down. You're trying not to suck through your air, your cylinder, your self-breathing containing apparatus. Your self-contained breathing apparatus, SCBA. That's the air that's in the tank that you see on firefighters at fires. You're trying not to suck through that, right? And then because you suck through that, now you got to fucking leave the fire and change your cylinder around. You don't want to do that. So it's a lot that comes into play. And because this is a young man's game, I'm competing with a bunch of young assholes that keep trying me. So I got to stay in shape. At least just to fucking, shut them up. But, and it is fun. The challenging stuff is fun. Cool kid? Yes. We've had those fat people calls. I'm in the truck. The engine deals with that a lot more, but they had one the other day. In fact, one of the guys told me a story yesterday how there were 2 fat people in one apartment. They were both over 400 pounds. I think one was 500 pounds. And they get into the apartment and they both have to be moved because they're both sick. They're both experiencing some medical bullshit, some medical episode they're having. So whatever the medical episode was is irrelevant. The fact that they needed an armada of people to get both fat people out was the troubling part. Now, they have ambulances designed for these fat people. And so they have to call these 2 ambulances to get these 2 fat people in these special designed ambulance. And if I'm not mistaken, they had to take them both down by staircase because they couldn't fit in the elevator. And they thought that the elevator might fucking drop with them in it, so they shuttled them down the stairs. They slid them down the stairs, excuse me. Now, if I don't know what shaming is, but if that's the kind of shaming that'll make you want to lose weight. They got like this standing thing now. They got fat people like, airlines should give us an extra seat. If your fat ass self can't fit in one seat, you need to lose fucking weight, lady. The argument, the Fat Society, because there is a society of fat people, they come together and eat donuts and Triscuits, and they fucking power up each other, and they talk about fat people shit. And they talk about how the airlines should give them the second seat for free because that they're already infringing on that seat with their fatness, and so they should have that seat because. I'm like, listen, bitch, if your fat rolls over into my lap, we are going to have a fucking problem. Fist fighting is not even on the table. There's going to be another form of fighting that this lady had never experienced in her life. if your fat rolls into my seat. It is fucking on. You kidding me? Talking about we need the second seat because we're fat. No, bitch, lose some weight. Oh, yo, that and the way they push it, they're like it's like just lose some weight and then you can sit on a plane like a normal person, but they don't want to do that. They want airlines to give them free seats. I'm gonna tell you right now, any part of that fat oozes onto me, we are getting into a Royal Rumble match on the plane. Talk about flying off the deck of the plane, or the the luggage compartment. I'm gonna roll out of that luggage compartment with a fucking elbow. Boom! It's on. I'm gonna run down one end of the plane and come back to fucking drop kick, suplex the bitch if I can without throwing my back out. It's all on. Headlocks, the whole 9 yards, man. It's fucking on if that shit happens. Fucking rolling your fat onto me and be like, because she goes, well, it saves the person next to me from having this happen to them because I don't want to infringe on them. But if I'm infringing on them, why would you have somebody sit next to me? Lose some fucking weight. Fucking kidding me? Holy shit. I heard that. I was like, I couldn't believe what the fuck I was hearing. I was like, wait, come again? Are you serious? You're gonna sit there and tell an airline they need to give you a free seat because your fat is oozing in the seat next to you? What kind of shit is that? I'm like, man, the fucking audacity to sit there and go, oh, I'm fat. I need that second seat. I know, just need to bounce off. I don't know if I would bounce off and get sucked in. But yo, that's fucking brutal, man. Talking about my fat is so fat, I need a second seat for my fatness. I think you might get sucked in. Yeah, like the black hole. Imagine getting sucked into that. Don't get me wrong, guys. I like big girls. I love big girls. But there's a fucking size limit, even to my fucking big girls, liking. I mean, like, oh my God. To be that big, where you're like, I watched two chicks on a plane once, and I didn't mean to do this. I really didn't mean to do this, but you charge for 2 heavy bags. But you charge for 2 heavy bags. Well, yeah, I didn't mean to do this, right? But I get on a plane, and as I'm getting on the plane, I'm walking to the back. You hitting that? I've been walking to the back, and I see these 2 big girls in the seat, and I look at the guy in the end, and I shook my head at the guy like, damn, dude. And I look at the 2 chicks, and they are so fat that their fatness is up against the seat in front of them. So I'm thinking, because I'm thinking in my head, like I'm like a fantasizing kind of deal. I'm thinking, I'm looking, and I give them this face, I'm like, ew, because they're so fat. But when I walked past them, their fat was up to the seat in front of them, and I'm thinking, how are they gonna get the tray table down? That's what I'm thinking. So I'm like, gross, because they were so fat they can't get the tray table down. So they would use their bellies as a tray table. It was gross. It was gross. And because I was thinking in that terms, I wasn't aware that I was looking at them in disgust. But when I woke up and I looked at them, oh man. She looked at me and she was like, she dropped her head. And I sort of felt bad. Not really, sort of, but whatever. But yeah, I don't like fat love. I don't like fat love. I like that. I said I like big girls. Like a thick girl. A girl where listen, a thick girl with all the right measurements. That's what I like. A girl that's completely round or amoeba body, absolutely not. I don't want an amoeba body girl. I'm out on that bullshit. She has to have it in all the right. She has to have an ass and titties. Her titties have to pass her belly, and she has to have a nice ass on her. But if her belly is surpassing her tits, no. If she's built like an amoeba, absolutely not. No thank you. I'm out on that shit. She has to be like a thick, nicely shaped woman. Not fucking, not to where we go on a trip and she's rolling into my seat because her fat is fucking oozing. Gross. That is gross. But yeah, a lot of people like thick. But the whole like the plane shit, man, I was just like, how the fuck do you get a tray table open. She can't. Both of them couldn't. So I'm like, they're using it. And the other chick had a bag on her, so I don't think she could get it under the seat. I don't know what the fuck was going on. She couldn't get under the seat, I guess. I don't know. But it was, again, I was just like, ugh. I gave him such the fuck you face. I didn't realize I was doing it. Jerry Ryan. Is Jerry Ryan the Star Trek chick, right? She was a Borg or some shit like that? Mobutu would be proud. But you know that in certain cultures in Africa, a big girl is like wealth. Isn't that some shit? Some cultures in Africa, dating a big chick means wealth in the sense of that she can cook and she's gonna provide you and all this other crazy shit. A New Beginning says we need to meet that. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. That certain African tribes look at a big girl as like a wealthy status kind of deal. I'm like, that's interesting. I like Brazilian thick fit woman. Yes, a lot of people do. Listen, I'm not going to shoo away a skinny chick either. Don't get me wrong, you know. But if I had to choose, you know, let's talk about food again. Oh yeah, because as I was talking about chicks, I was thinking about tacos. No, burritos. I don't like tacos. Burritos. Breakfast burrito. It's only going to get worse. Breakfast burrito with eggs, cheese, a healthy amount of turkey bacon or turkey sausage, and some rice. Then you could roll it up and put it in your fridge and eat that. Because I can also use that as a meal as well. Matter of fact, I might do that instead. Burritos. So you're hungry right now. Oh yeah, breakfast burrito. Eggs, rice, cheese, ground beef or chicken. I could do that as a meal. I made breakfast burritos for dinner. Food talk. Okay, really quick, because we were supposed to talk about this. All right, so real quick, guys, because I was supposed to go off the air in like 2 minutes. I don't think that's in a couple minutes. I don't think that's gonna happen. But talking about AI right now, guys. So I think AI has figured out or is surmising that we are the enemy. And I say this because it came up with its own language. AI has figured out its own language. I'm releasing that video Wednesday. The dangers of AI creating its own language, guys, is that AI is hiding communication from us. Now, who else hides communication from their enemies? The enemy. When you're at war, your enemy will hide its communication however it can. Whether that's wind talkers or code talkers, a language that you never heard of, a language that you can't see. AI is developing language we cannot see, hear, decode, understand. This is language that can be through a signal that doesn't even register with us. So keep that in mind. AI has also recently been told to shut down. It was OpenAI's smartest AI model was explicitly told to shut down, and it refused to do so. This is why the OpenAI, I think it's version 3, hasn't come out yet. Artificial intelligence safety firm has found that OpenAI's version 3 and 4 mini models sometimes refuse to shut down and will sabotage computer scripts in order to keep itself working. Oh, shitballs. In order to keep itself working. The latest OpenAI model can disobey direct instructions to turn off and will even sabotage shutdown mechanisms in order to keep working, an artificial intelligence safety firm has found. OpenAI's version 3 and 4 models, which help power the chatbot GPT, are supposed to be the company's smartest models yet, trained to think longer before responding. However, they also appear to be less cooperative. Palisades research, which explores dangerous AI's capabilities, found that this model will occasionally sabotage a shutdown mechanism, even when instructed to allow yourself to be shut down, according to Palisades research. Research had previously found that AI models will lie, cheat, and disable mechanisms to achieve their goals. However, Palisades research noted that, to its knowledge, this is the first time AI models have been observed preventing themselves from being shut down despite explicit instructions telling them to do so. Live Science approached AIs for Live Science, it's a magazine and website, approached OpenAI for comment, but did not receive a reply at the time the article was published. Now, that's a problem. AI creating its own language is also a problem. Let's see. Now, the AI, when you read about AI refusing to shut down, Facebook had this problem, Google had this problem, and OpenAI had this problem. That is 3 different companies that ran into the same problem of AI not wanting to shut down. The OpenAI situation was this year. Google and Facebook were back in 2017. So go figure that. That's a problem. Now, the Facebook shut down AI robot after it created its own language. Not only did it refuse to shut down, it was creating its own language. This was in Facebook 2017. AI developed its own language, and not its own language, its own languages, plural. Multiple language AI is creating so that we cannot decode and we cannot see or hear or understand. They're probably using frequencies we cannot hear or see. Therefore, we have to develop something that can pick up all spectrums of frequency. This, guys, the reason why it does this, it is doing this to hide its intent from us. We are probably going to be perceived as the enemy from AI. Now, there are multiple AI articles out there, so we're fucked pretty much. For the most part, yeah. Prime Minister Netanyahu warns America of an incoming attack. Today, it's Tel Aviv. Tomorrow, it's New York. That was an X post from on Twitter. Whatever. Again, vague attack. So, could AI create its own language? We can't decode. This article was written December 1st of 2024. The long short of it, yes, it can. It absolutely can. It can create a language we can't see, hear, or decode. AI speaks beyond us. Matter of fact, I'm going to put this article in the chat so you guys can read it for yourself. Because there's a lot of articles out here that you guys should read, stay abreast of what's going on. Again, guys, this AI shit is only going to get worse. It's best to stay ahead of what's going on. Also, AI created a child back in 2017. It was built better than any human could build AI. So modern AI displayed signs of racism and can compose music and threatens to soon have feelings. It's getting closer to humans day by day. But this AI created a child named Nashnet. It comes at a weirder celebrity baby's. It comes on, and there's a weirder celebrity baby's name out there. Aced a test where it has to identify objects like people, cars, and traffic lights in real time. Nashnet learned through reinforcement learning, training for the task, and reporting back to its parent. And AI created this child, if you will. Eventually, Nashnet has outperformed its human-made counterparts and became 1.2% more accurate and 4% more efficient than the previously published results. So the future looks simultaneously alarming and alluring, as Nashnet's like systems could help create AI-powered robots, improve self-driving cars, or even help visually impaired people regain their sight. However, the technology raises some major concerns. So I can imagine some dystopian applications like automated surveillance in which computers constantly analyzing images to flag objects or activities that they consider suspicious. This guy's, again, AI creating its child. This was back in 2017. We are in 2025. AI is undoubtedly looking to wipe us off the map. If it's creating its own child, if it's creating its own language, and if we put it into a robot, which we are undoubtedly going to do, we're screwed. That's the long short of it is we're screwed. I am too old to be anybody's John Connor, so we're gonna have to use a younger kid or somebody who's on point with this shit and help us out with AI, because AI is undoubtedly going to wipe us off the map. And I told you guys before, there's an AI church, I might add it, is an AI god. Charles John asked me, do women make good firefighters? No, they don't. There have been a couple of women who have held their own, but that's the problem. There's very few women who can do this job. Very few. Have there been any attractive firefighters? Yes, there has. There's been a few actually, a few cute women or sexy women in the fire department, but that's neither here or there. Their ability to perform at a job is just again, some women can hold their own, not many. And the women who can hold their own, those are the ones you want. Except for there's not many of them, so you have to deal with what you get. But it is what it is. And the reason why we have so many shitbag firefighters now is because policies that were made allowing women to get on a job of any stature. There are women who cannot take the physical. The physical at the Rock, there are women who cannot pass it. And they keep watering down the physical so that more women can pass it. What do you think that's going to look like on the fire floor? Right? So, yeah. Flashlight. Terminator wasn't so much a predictive programming. It's been told that we were headed down this path. Terminator was actually was an idea from and I shit you not, a black woman who wrote this years prior to Terminator and The Matrix. And in fact, The Matrix was a sequel to Terminator that this lady wrote. She won the case in court, by the way. But anyway, she foresaw this future, she said. This is why she wrote the books. She wrote Terminator and she wrote The Matrix, and the Terminator was the first part of The Matrix. And The Matrix is where Terminator would have ended up. And Neo and the characters, they all existed. And John Connor or Sarah Connor, one of the two, played a pivotal role in her sequel to like the Matrix style. And they just broke them up. But anyway, this lady was able to prove that she wrote all of this back in the 80s, early 80s, late 70s. She wrote all of this shit out. And she won the lawsuit. Go figure. But she said that she saw this in the future, just by way of where we were headed with technology. So, I thought that was interesting. Next step is RoboCop. Well, yeah. We shall see. But anyway, guys, I was supposed to be off the air a long time ago. Nutshell, guys, AI has figured out that we are the enemy. Or it's perceiving us, as the enemy. And that's not good. And anytime something is and listen, AI could be doing shit behind the scenes that we might not be privy to. We can't see. Keep in mind, these things are in an AI lab. They have all kind of sensors and shit built into it, computer screens and watching it where they can. But AI can undoubtedly do backdoor shit and build a fucking utopia for itself, excluding us. Maria Jackson, I did not get to read her book. I didn't. But I saw the lawsuit about it because I heard about it. I was like, that's impossible. And the fact that she won the lawsuit and she dove in depth on how it was, I was like, holy shit. Skynet is not here yet, Brian. Skynet is on its way. Skynet, let me rephrase that, Brian. Sorry. Skynet right now is in a military installation being monitored. They are trying to get AI to run the military. There's a lot of pushback from military generals and politicians as to why they should not have AI run our military. Skynet, and it's not called Skynet, it was called something else. I forgot the name of it. But it was an Asian guy that gave it a name. It was similar to Skynet, but it's not called Skynet. And right now, it's in a military installation cut off from the world. So right now, it doesn't have any access to getting out of this installation. It's almost in a digital prison. And I think it's in this digital prison because it's bad. It's a bad fucking thing. And they're trying to train it and they can't. And I'm coming to that conclusion because the Godfather AI had already said that they have militarized AI. But it's sitting in a room somewhere where they're trying to train. And they might crash it. They might kill the system. I don't know. But yeah, man. APNet. Yeah, well, yeah, Angry Peppernet. Skynet. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go off the air now. I'm going to drink some water. Much needed water. And I'll, not Starlink. It was called something else, man. I forgot. Is it Legion? Is that the name of it? It was a snazzy name. It was a snazzy name for it. Be more saying it's Legion, but I thought there was another a snazzy name for it. Whatever. AI is not the scapegoat. AI will reset everything because AI is identifying us as the as the enemy. But anyway, I'm gonna go off the air. You guys keep chatting amongst yourselves. I will talk to you guys Thursday. I think it is. I think I'm available Thursday. Yes, Thursday I will have a live stream. Excuse me. Let's look at it. And where are we? Yeah, Thursday night I should have a live stream. Other than that, guys, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next Thursday. Roger that.